Alrighty, hello again everyone. This is Stay again, back with another producer's log. This is episode 4. It's right now 7 p.m. on November 16th, 2019. So, to anyone who might be joining us right now, thank you. We got a couple topics to go over today. I'll be talking about some editing, some projects that I've been working on, and some projects that I will be working on. We'll be going over some video and some photo editing stuff. I'll be working on a short film while we chat for a little bit tonight, so I expect a bit of a relaxed stream. If you're just jumping in, then it won't be too active at first, but I will be showing you what I'm working on, and I'll be sharing some kind of tips and tidbits and let you know what I'm doing along the way. I'm just realizing now I might need to grab a glass of water while I'm doing this too, because it's going to be a talker, that's for sure. All right, so let's see. Let's switch over here to our source and cam. All right, so I'm working in Premiere Pro as I always do. This is, let's move this over just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm working on a project right now called Apple of My Eye, which is a short film by Jackie Fiorillo. She's a student that I worked with. She was an intern at PBS for a while, and she did a ton of great work. She was one of the several interns there, and she's working on the short film right now, and so I'm helping edit. She had a bunch of ideas that she just sent to me. We're on the same page, which is always awesome to have when you have a producer and an editor. Knowing what is expected and what feel you're going for and all that stuff is paramount. So today we're working on this project, and it's just about done. I'll do a little, like we're doing, I'm adding some titles here, which I think that that text idea might work well. I can tell though, okay, so here's actually something that I already noticed I'm going to have to fix. So I made this text here. This one looks pretty good. Gets the typing effect in there really well. Okay, yeah, it gets the typing effect, but it looks like when I went to this one, it doesn't quite do the same thing. And that's because I have this one center justified versus left justified. So in order to avoid the movement there, I could left justify it like this one, or we could have them both be centered. I kind of like the look of the center, like there's more motion in it, but it's really distracting when it comes to this part. So I think I'm going to go with this one, where it just types out and then the cursor kind of ticks there. I'm also going to add in some sound effects of, which I think will really sell it. And we're going to use that effect throughout. We have these chapters that we have cut throughout. You can see them kind of on the timeline here. We have chapters cut throughout where we're going to add titles and add these little, like a countdown, which I think is going to work really well. I think the effect of that blinking line is actually going to serve almost like the blinking two dots in the middle of an old digital clock to show that it's, I don't know, show that it's ticking, I guess, whatever that would be. It's not really ticking if it's on a digital clock, I guess, but whatever. We'll let that one slide. Okay, so I'm going to get back to editing this. I'll give you a run through quick. Let's see what... Are you hearing that? Let's see here.
My fellow phoners, today...
Okay, so that's coming through the... that's coming through your audio a little bit. I think you're just catching it through the speakers. So... let's see if I can fix that really quick. Give you some... Nope. Okay. Well, I could play it for you, but you're not going to have audio. So you know what? I'm going to grab a glass of water. We're going to get started. I'm going to sweeten this up a little bit more. There's a couple layers. Actually, let me show you this really quick. This is kind of cool. So on this footage, we have an adjustment layer above everything. This is just kind of a sweetening layer to give a little bit of, you can see there, it punches up the color. I actually have a LUT that goes from full to video range, which is HDR footage to Rec 709, which is standard video range, which means you're getting a certain range of colors. You're getting a certain difference between dark and light. Like it has this look to it. So the idea is to make it look more like video camera versus a film camera. But the film camera gave us, well, it's not film, but the cinema camera, I should say, gave us a little bit more room to actually, no, wrong direction. Okay. Gave us a little bit more room to get the edits that we wanted in there, and to kind of have like some safety room. So if, you know, I wildly underexposed or whatnot, I would have the editing room to bring things back as necessary in post. And when shooting in really, really bright situations like this, it can be really helpful because then I can preserve some of the shadow information, like the shadows under his chin, like on his shoulder right here, would normally be completely black. But we actually have a little bit of detail you can see in there. Let's even, I mean, you can still see that there's blue in there. It's not just completely black, which is a loss of information at that point. Okay, so we have this little sequence here. He finishes talking. Guy yells at him. Hits him with an apple. Now, I think that the cut here is going to sell it. Like, we have the motion of the apple carrying through the motion of this whip pan. Let's watch that again.
We're not a cult!
Now, it's not the best. Like, I would have liked to have whipped back and continued the scene. But this was a situation where we wanted to sit down, shoot the entire scene, run it, get it done, and that was all we needed. So that's what we did. We got it cranked out of there, and it worked really well. I think it's gonna work great in this type of edit. We're doing more of like a documentary style, and because we couldn't actually whip to someone, have them say the line, and then whip back at the time, it's the best of what we had. We have some interviews, some talking head stuff. Alrighty. Okay, so what I'm going to have to be working on with this is mostly audio related. So I'm going to be working on sound design. So I'm going to be going on to Artlist, which is a service that I have a wow, that's not words. It's a service that I have a subscription to. And I'm going to pick out some music that could possibly fit this. We're going for sort of like an office theme. It's a mockumentary, so it's supposed to feel like a documentary with interviews and all that jazz, but with definitely more of a like a funny, irreverent side. So that's what we're going for. We're going to find some audio there, but then we're also going to go through, I'm going to go through these clips, link them up to the audio that was captured. We had an audio team standing there with a Zoom H6, which captured the audio. They had a boom pole with an AT897 shotgun mic. That's a Audio Technica mic. And that one, honestly, is like, it's my favorite mic for the price range that I've seen so far. I have yet to delve too far into the NTG series from Rode. But I've used those on interviews and stuff, and they're fantastic, but they tend to be a little bit more expensive than I would like for the range that I'm working within. So, alrighty. I'm just gonna give this a little playthrough so you can kind of watch and see what we're working with. I don't think you have computer audio right now. I didn't get my ins and outs all set up beforehand, so that's my fault. But you'll be able to see this afterwards. It's going to be Jackie Fiorillo is going to be posting this, and I believe it's going to be played live at a theater somewhere nearby. But if you're watching on YouTube, definitely check the links in the description. I'll have some information on there, and this will be posted a little bit late, so it'll be where you can find it at the time. So it should be out by now if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, which is where it's being live streamed, it's not out yet. Okay, so I'm going to give this a playthrough. You can watch if you're paying attention right now, but I'm going to grab a glass of water. So I'm going to I'm going to minimize my screen. So I'm going to pop this off to the side, and you will be able to watch the thing on there. Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm not really taking up any room there. Let's just go like this. Boom. Done. Problem solved. Fixed. Here you go. Have fun.
My fellow phoners, today is the day that we've been waiting for now for years. The day that we reach new light, enlightenment, and advancement. The day that our Creator bestows upon us in eternal life.
Just kidding. I'm back. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. So, you're going to have to wait until it actually comes out to see the whole thing. Haha! Psych! Okay. So, let's get started on some audio, because I want to... Let's turn that up a bit. There we go. Okay.
We're not a cult!
I love it. Okay, so let's go on to art list. Hopefully you don't see too much of my crap up here. I don't know. Okay. So Artlist is they're not sponsoring this at all, but it's a platform that I use to browse for music. Oh, you know what? It's probably taking a chunk because I'm currently live streaming and trying to use the internet at the same time is like a... Yeah, okay. Uses a whole bunch of info. So it's probably slowing way down for you. It says that it's sticking to 30 frames a second, but what's going on? Come on, Artlist. Let's find some stuff. It's even more secure for you. So this is keep your videos and channels secure. Go to my page and submit your video link so we can print. Oh, cool. Okay. I will have to do that. That's kind of interesting because when I first signed up for this service, it said that it was like you can use all the music for free forever. So if they're dinging us with copyright claims, that's kind of not too cool. Okay, so let's do genre. Or you know what? Let's go to video theme. This is something that I always really liked about their platform. You can search for music by specific theme. So like documentary. Perfect. Let's see what they have on here. Okay. But that's, yeah, ambient, muted. It's a little too chill. Let's get let's look at the mood here. And carefree sounds about right. That's not really carefree, but
too many days in the dark.
Nope. I need something that's more kind of upbeat is what I'm looking for. Yeah, maybe carefree is not the right word. Mood. Carefree, uplifting. Happy. I can see happy. Or even playful. Actually, playful sounds more kind of in the vein. Yeah, see, I can hear that. I actually like this a lot. It's probably pretty quiet for you, but having something that's so staccato, I think would work really well with the chapters that we're going to do, because I want to add music into those chunks as well. And if I'm adding chunks of music in there, it'd be really easy to chop this up. Alright, so I'm going to add that to my cart. That one's going in. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything better. Like, might as well keep searching, but I think that's the one. Okay, that one obviously didn't grab me the same way. Okay, I like how techy that one sounds. It's definitely more in the theme. Like the story is there's a cult dedicated to iPhones, and they're very tech related, and so like futuristic stuff and kind of alien, like future sound synthy things kind of work for this. But also the anticipation that like Eminence Landscapes had, like that kind of thing, that could work really well. No, that's definitely not in our emotional territory here. Okay, no, I know this tune. I've used this before, but it's not. That is not playful in any way. No. I don't know about this. So I have this weird feeling that my there we go. Now, I was kind of feeling the acoustic-y vibe there, but it just didn't quite fit. Too much. There we go. I can kind of see this working, but it's not enough in the theme. Like something bouncy and acoustic like that would be good, but no. Nope. I know I'm barely giving them a chance, but they're just not hitting me in that kind of way, and I typically like to use the intros. Hold on. I want to hear this one again. Nah. Bah, bah, bah. No. A little too silly, I think. Like, what? How does that? How? What? How does that fit playful at all? Come on. I also have to find a song for a dream sequence in the middle. It's all slow mo.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Want to.
Nope. It's like it's using cinematic instead of playful. Like, look at this. Let's try happy. Let's see what happens. Oh. That's intense. That's intense. Come on. I can see this for the dream sequence. Nah, too much. Too much. Okay. So, we're not finding anything else. I like this tune. Let's go back, give it a listen. Yeah. I think that's the one. It's got like the right amount of sad in it. Because like this short's a little bit dark. Like it's funny, but why does this always happen? There we go. I like it. Wow. That would be a lot of fun to make like a slow-mo video too. Like just any sort of sizzle reel. Beautiful. Alright, let's find that Eminence Landscapes. Boom, wave me. Yeah, there it is. 2 minutes left. Alright, so I can see that in the intro. I can see it on the end as we get towards this end of things.
Emotionally mature enough to realize that they don't need a cult to give them a purpose.
I think I keep thinking that the green is just too dang much. Let's just try and pull it out a little bit. Get that green up on out of there. There we go. Hold on. I mean, it's better, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, we're doing the manual focus thing now. Because this thing's going out a little bit too much. There we go. Okay, good enough. Alrighty, so I think that pulled out enough of the green. Maybe go a little bit more pink-blue. That is hard to say. Alrighty. See, the problem is I've already done that in the lower levels where I pull out that upper level green, but I feel like it's just not enough. Like it's so, look, we're shooting on open grass. So that immediately means that you're going to be getting a bunch of just green everywhere. You know what? I do think that that looks better pulled that way. Especially on the source that I'm looking at from OBS, which is the broadcast software that I use for this, doing these live streams. I got to take a look at that on a real screen at some point. That's something that I'm working up towards. ViewSonic makes these 16-bit color, 14-bit color, I want to say, monitors, which is just, that's a huge range of color and dynamic range. So I kind of want to give those a shot at some point, but for now, this is what I've got to work with. Maybe even boosting that a bit could look good. But either way, let's see. We're going to bring these back to where they were. Because I'm going to do that when I actually have, I know that my monitors are calibrated and all that stuff. Okay, so what I do want to show you, though, is where these started. So let's take a look at Bear looking all nutso, eating his apple. There we go. Bear, you're fantastic. The actor in this role, I gotta get some names here. Actually, maybe they wouldn't want their names, thrown out there. But anyway, the actor that played Bear, this character's name is Bear, did a fantastic job. This was a really, really fun production. It was great to work with these people. But I do want to give you an idea of what I did to grade these. Basically, here is... Okay, so I'll turn off our adjustment layer. So there's one, and then actually on the clip itself, I have basic correction on, just like a little bit of exposure and contrast and things like that. And then over here in creative, I might actually go back on that exposure idea. I might just use the curves because they've been a lot more forgiving when it comes to grading footage. So there's when we remove curves, And here, even further, is when we remove Creative. So Creative has a LUT for Sony S-Log3. Kind of brings down the shadows and all that stuff, gives you a little bit more contrast right off the bat. But I only have that set to about 25%. So it's definitely pulled back a whole bunch. There's vibrance and saturation and a little bit of sharpening on there as well. I might trade that sharpening out for a different type of sharpening. Do like an unsharp mask or something like that. But I don't think that I really need it on this footage because we want it to look very documentary style. And if we're over-processing our footage, it's not going to look that way. So we obviously need to just be a little cautious with how much editing we do to this. But I think pulling it back into this sort of video look is our best bet. Like we've got our color contrast back. It looks pretty realistic. I don't think that the skin tones are deep enough. I wanna push a little bit further and get to that point where it looks. But we're getting there. Either way, it's getting close. So I'm gonna have this done for tomorrow night. It's gonna be delivered, and then I'll be moving on to other projects afterwards, which should be a lot of fun. I'll be working again with Harley next week. And I'm also going to be finishing up over the weekend these photo editing projects that I showed you before. Let's see if I can bring some of these up. You know what? Before I end up showing you a bunch of stuff that you're not supposed to see, I'm going to find these photos first. See if I have my file even logged in. Here we go. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So we're going to continue editing these photos. I'm going to go to our 1-star shots. Open these up in Camera Raw. We're going to do a little bit of fine tuning. I already have them mostly where I want them. Okay. I wish there was just like a full screen. You could just, boom, full screen that thing. But, you know what? That actually doesn't really help you guys at all anyway. So, can't see the bottom chunk of this. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'll pull this up into a space so that you can see my controls. You can see the photo that I'm working on. That's a little bit much going on in the background. Oh. Okay. Apparently we can't do that. I was going to minimize it so you didn't have a ton of clutter around here, but hey. Okay, so with these images, my big changes were adding a little warmth in. I guess I was shooting a little cool. Add a little clarity, remove a little texture. That'll help smooth the skin. It'll give you hard defined lines and all that stuff, but it'll give you a little bit of skin smoothing right in the program itself. But let's take a look through these. I think a lot of these are just about ready to be sent, because I don't really want to process these too much. Like, I really like the way that Chris and Megan look together, and I think there are some choice shots in here that are just fantastic. Two of them are just sweet as can be too. Like, it doesn't hurt that they're the nicest people too. So here's a good one. They're using these for their invitations to their wedding, which is coming up. I think we're going to have some really cute ones. So, what I'm gathering from looking back and forth between the feed on this screen and the feed on this screen, the screen that I'm looking at is about a $200 4K TV, so it's not a great quality screen, and it's really really high contrast. Like it's showing me like dark blacks and everything like that. And I get that these images are dark. That is definitely true. Like I can bring them back up a little bit. I might do what I was thinking of was doing actual dodging and burning here, and bring Chris back a little bit into the image. But I think the screen that I'm working on right now is also just giving me a bit of trouble because it's very dark by itself. There's some cool shots there. I know there's one of these that I really wanted to. Alrighty, so let's get some of these. I'm gonna mark them actually. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give them a 2-star for the second round. Okay, second round of picks coming up. Do it this way. Okay, so this one makes the grade. I like that one a lot. That's a good one of the two of them. And I like this one a lot too. They look very and in my opinion, this one's a keeper. I like this one a lot with the two of them. I think that one's a keeper. I also want this one, I do believe. Yes, this one. Um, there we go. I think that's the one. Beautiful. Just lovely, Chris. Gorgeous. I think there, because I was shooting with a light, obviously you can tell the light was above and to the left. Like say, if they were here, our light source is going to be up here and well in front of them. So it's going to be shooting light towards them in this direction. Hitting the kind of front, you can see where it hits Megan, where it hits Chris, right over here and right over here. So it's coming in from this direction. And I've got a little fill light towards the back. That's why you can see the rim lighting on Chris. I think it's a little bit too extreme. Once it starts to get that dark, you lose too much of the ambient lighting, and it just becomes a little bit too high contrast. So I like this shot. And this shot. Boom. All right, so we got our 2 stars. We got 10 final 2-star shots. Those are all going to go in. We have a couple of the 6-star ones, which are our composites. And I believe we did those already. We have that one done. I don't know if we have that one done yet. And this one's a bit of a stretch, but I think we can make it happen. So let's give these a shot really quick. Let's open these up in Photoshop. Alrighty, Photoshop is opening on the nope, it's in the right spot. Open images. That's on the wrong side. Okay, so we're gonna save this. Close that. That's already downloaded. And let's get this over here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're going to be putting these 2 together. Right? Yes. Alright, so we like Chris on that one, and we like Megan on that one, so we're going to, just like before, lower the opacity. And then, you know what, we're actually going to do this. I want to line it up with that background image. Okay, so here's what we do. Since we're putting Megan into the upper photo, I'm going to try and get her as lined up to herself, to her own face, as we can get. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. Alrighty. So let's put the opacity back up on this one. Make a mask on it, which you can't see because my cursor's under my little video screen feed thing there. Yeah. Okay. So, mask. Boom. Mask. Hit B for our brush. I am going to use this XP pen tab. Nope, I'm not, because that puts it on the wrong screen. I still haven't configured this thing. Good Lord, I got to do that. Okay. Whew. Alright, so we're still using the mouse then. By the way, get yourself some ergonomic stuff. This is an Anchor, like $9 ergonomic mouse. Little USB corded thing. Works great. Super easy. And it's healthy for you. Do the right thing for your health. Dr. Steve Brule. Okay. Okay, so let's paint Megan into this shot. Boom! And the nice part is we can just get her face in there. Boom. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. Alrighty. And, I mean, I guess that's what we needed to do. Okay, so I'm going to save this. We're going to put this in our arc 2 all the way down. Chris and Megan. We're going to save this as a Photoshop file in here. Oh, okay, compatibility. We're going to close that, and we're going to close that. Boom. No. And then these two are actually even closer images. Like you can see Megan almost doesn't move. So we like Chris from this shot and Megan from this shot. So you know what? I like the leaves and everything on this shot as well. Let's bring this up. I like the leaves on this shot. So I think I'm going to do just about the same thing that I did with the other image. And just add in Megan. So let's flip over, shift, and drop your image, and then it'll drop it justified, which means it's right in the right place. Okay, so Chris from here, just Megan from there. Okay, so same thing again. Add a layer mask. You could see that if my thing wasn't over it. And then we are just going to paint Megan in. Boom. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Now I could paint the trees and all that stuff, but I think I literally just want to do Megan's face. Okay, so there. There we go. Boom. Just the eyes. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at the difference there. Sleepy Chris? Awake Chris. Sleepy Chris? Awake Chris. Lovely. Alrighty. So we're going to save that one as well. Need some water. Sweet. So that's another thing checked off the list. We got those finished up. I'm going to do a little fine tuning, but that's kind of, I don't know, it takes a little while, and it's something that I have to do on this other screen, which I'm not sharing that screen, so let's just have that be some background. Okay, so I also have some other headshots that I did for some friends. Let's close these up. No. Okay, and then do I have... Where is my USB thing? Damn. Oh, wait, did I put it up there? No. Where did I put you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, well, I'm not going to show you my buddy's photos because can't find my USB 3 little, this is a SD card reader. That's what it's called. That's the word that I was looking for. Okay. Oh well. Alright, so these are all done. Overlay template. Interesting. Oh, yeah, okay, I know what I was doing. Never mind. I got it. Okay, so we are going to close that up. Let's drop... Boom, we can drop that thing back in there. Or I could chat with you. You know what? We should really chat. We should chat Kyrie tripods as well. So while I pull this up, this is the Apple of My Eye short film. If you're just joining us, that I've been working on with Jackie Fiorillo. I have some audio that I want to drop in, and I think it's going to work really well. So let's go to our audio thing. Let's add another file. Downloads. Boom. Ian posts. And let's... Okay, none of this audio is needed. So I'm just going to drop that right down at the bottom. I have a feeling that... Yeah, that fits. Okay. Also, I want to look at this footage to see if I can edit it in a way. Okay, I have a feeling it's going to work. Let's give it a shot. Let's travel down the timeline a little bit. Come on, work for me. Does not want to work for me. Nope. Not where I wanted to go. Okay. Yeah, I think that could work. With our sweetened up audio, I think it's going to make a big difference. The audio crew was capturing stuff on AT897, which is an Audio Technica mic. Does a great job at directional audio, which is instead of capturing a wide pattern, it'll capture something very focused and narrow. And that means that you can aim it at things and get like just him speaking versus a whole group of people speaking, which can be really helpful. So I'm going to drop in that's what all of these sound clips are right here. There's probably, 15, 20 of them? 30, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, each one of those goes to a different clip, corresponds with them. So I'm going to go through, find the clips that go with each, find the audio that goes with each clip, and then wrap it all together so you have this much tighter audio, much cleaner audio to work with. Yeah, we're going to layer in that soundtrack. I liked the way that sounded. Let's save that. And then, yeah, we're going to finish up titles, and that should be good to go. I'm going to be delivering this tomorrow, so I'm excited. Sweet. Okay, so now we are going to chat about something else. Okay, so there's a company that I've done some review work with. They're called Kayer, and I think that's the right way to pronounce it. It's Cayer. They're a tripod company. They make supports for cameras, and that includes monopods, that includes tripods. They have models that are aluminum. They have models that are carbon fiber. They have models that are super lightweight. They have models that are heavy duty. Like they kind of run the whole gambit when it comes to that stuff. So it's here we go. So it's really exciting to be able to work with some of their tripods. They've sent me one, which I did a review on. I'm actually going to be posting that up on YouTube. I have it already on YouTube, but I want to pop in there quick. I'm going to add some end screen credits to my YouTube video here. And then I think we're going to get it rolling live. And I'm going to share it on Facebook. Maybe put up a link on Instagram, all that jazz. So, should be good fun. It's about 7.5 minutes long, so take some time out, watch some watch me talk about tripod stuff if you're interested in that stuff. If you're interested in media or photography or videography, these are some great video head tripods. I'll bring the tripod over here and show you. Oh. Oh. Alrighty. Okay, so this is the Kyer BV30L. This is the carbon fiber tripod. As you can see, it is quite lovely. It does its job very well. It's got these articulating feet, which you can even pop right off, get some spikes. There's all kinds of sweet little benefits to this tripod, and it's comparatively to other tripods that have these same features, the spreader, the ball head here, as you can see, you loosen it up and then you can position it however you like and lock it back down. Whoa. Very versatile tripods, and for the price, I believe that one, let's see, let's take a look at it right now. Kyer BV30L. Okay, so on Amazon, I'm seeing it new for $140, which is a fantastic deal for something like that. You have a 3/8 inch fluid pan tripod head that you can pop off and use whenever you want. Let's get this focus back. There we go. Maybe. Not quite. That's still a little far out. Yep, too far. Okay. That's pretty good. So, for the price, it's fantastic. Honestly, I can't recommend a better tripod for this price range, as it's just like perfectly in the range. $140, you get a tripod, you get a 3/8 inch fluid pan head. You can put that on top of sliders, on top of all kinds of different pieces of equipment. It's really easy to take off too. It just pops right out. I'll show it to you. Why talk about it when I can show you? Alright, so what I typically do is I'll lock down the actual head. So there's this little switch right here. Lock that down, and then you crank it counterclockwise. That unscrews the head, and then you can just use this arm as a fulcrum to just pop it right off. It's a really, really clean thread on the 3/8 inch there. The tripods, I find they get a little bit of wear because there's like this composite covering, but it is an aluminum base, so you do get that, you do get like a solid connection. A good way to put this back on too is just turn this up, and then you can just turn it like a crank until it stops. You want to loosen this when you're in transport, or when you're in you're not spinning it like that, because you don't want it to get like cranked too tight, over tightened and over threaded, and all. It's just not good for your tripod. So taking care of these things, and they'll take care of you. This is the one that they sent me for free, and it's been working fantastically. So they're going to be sending me some new ones. I popped the leg off there. There we go. Pop right back on. Real quick and easy. So they're going to be sending me a new monopod. It is a... shoot. I forget the name of their of their monopod. I'll look it up right here. Okay, so... Go to Kyer. Let's go to source, so you can see what I'm looking at here. Kyer. Okay, so that's the BV30L right there, $140. The BV30 I haven't used. I can't say that I've tried it out. The BV25LH. Actually, you know what? This is the one. I have the heads on these reversed. Okay, so the BV30L is aluminum, right? This one, $180, is the carbon fiber version. They're basically the same tripod. This one has 2 inches of extra height, and I think that's due to the feet. But they have the same head. This one, while in the photo, it does show 2 of the pan arms. It comes with 1 pan arm, but they both come with 2 quick plates. So you get the quick release plates, which in my opinion are really fantastic. They have both a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch in there. They have rubber grommets in the holes so you don't accidentally lose your screws. And there's even a little like a push down lock, which is this little tiny nub right here. It just locks into your camera so it doesn't spin like that on the actual quick release plate, which is nice. But the AF34 is going to be the monopod that I'm trying out. And then they're also going to be releasing a new tripod. It's a smaller tripod, so I imagine it's going to be less expensive than these. But it also doubles as a monopod. It has underslung modes. It has all kinds of really cool features that I think are going to be fantastic. And I can't wait to show you guys because personally, I'm really excited about the concept of a tripod that also turns into a monopod. Doing something like that, being able to switch in between on the fly, would be fantastic. Now, I'm not sure how easy that is. If I can just pull the legs off, awesome. If it's a whole setup thing, I have to take the actual camera back off or anything like that, that might be not the greatest workflow. So what I have been using in the meantime is monopods. The one that I had before broke. It was a Glide Cam Ultra Shot, I want to say. Glide Cam, yeah, Ultra Shot. That's what it's called. Okay. They don't show it anywhere. Probably because they don't sell it anymore. Probably because it's also kind of... Yeah, okay, it's out of stock. Good. Basically, I just kind of had some bad experiences with this. Like, it's a really, really cool concept. It's this 3-in-1 rig, basically. Yeah, it's designed for cameras up to 20 pounds. You can extend this as a monopod and sit it on the ground. You can put the cameras on that plate and have it in the configuration that you see right now on the screen. You can flip that up on your shoulder like a shoulder rig. You can leave it on the ground like a hi-hat. You can you can use the weight at the end like a stabilizer, like a counterbalance. So there's a lot that you can do with this thing. But the problem is they say that it's designed for cameras up to 20 pounds. So you expect that it can hold that weight. And it can't. Like you can tighten these you can tighten the nuts that hold these together so you can make sure that it's tight as a monopod. The problem is as soon as you start to lean it forward or lean it towards a certain direction, this thing will bend. It will snap off like this little quick release that holds the entire head on there cannot take 20 pounds. It absolutely cannot take 20 pounds. Because I had a 7.5 pound camcorder on there, leaned it to the side, and it literally broke the brass mounting on it. I've contacted GlideCam a couple times, tried to get in touch for any sort of response, like if I could just buy that quick release plate, if I could, whatever, even if I could just buy another one of these things, but no, they don't have any help for me. So, yeah, be careful with that. I know they have a big name for like stabilizers and stuff like that. Like these, like the what is that? HD Pro is a big one that I've always heard. Devin Graham, he's a very interesting YouTuber. Definitely go check him out if you haven't before. There's some, you know, interesting. I didn't know they made actual stabilizers, but yeah, like stuff like this, like definitely not a 20-pound load on that head. Like just ridiculous. I honestly don't know where they got that statistic or like how they tried to figure that out because they couldn't have tested it and gotten that to work. Yeah. So these Steadicam sleds are they're pretty great. I mean, it's hard to mess that up, really. But it just bums me out that this was like it's such a good idea, and as you can see, normally $4.99 on sale for $129. It's obviously had some problems, so they're just trying to get them out of stock, which is like if you just have a subpar product like that. I get that you probably manufactured a ton of them thinking that they were going to go, everyone was going to love them, but you screwed up on some basic components, and that's just ultimately how it goes. Like this is the part right here. This little guy. The actual clamp part that keeps that on there snapped off when tightening it down. It couldn't hold the weight that I was adding onto it. Like it really didn't like what was going on. But awesome concept, and genuinely it's helped me a lot. So I want to start using these monopods much in the same way. I wouldn't have weight on the bottom necessarily, but I would be able to just quickly move to another location, set it down, and start shooting. Which is really that's something I got to be focused on. The last time I used that glide cam, I actually took the head off of it, so it was just a bare 3/8 inch on the monopod, and it worked really well to put the Kier BV40, like I think they're K3 heads they're called, the fluid mount head on there, screw it down, get it kind of nice and tight, get the camera on there, and just use that as like a stabilizer when you're walking around, but also a little platform that you can just drop on the ground. So I was doing this, it was a news piece on Tent City in Allentown, and we walked through, we did a whole tour of the place, and went inside a couple of the tents. People invited us in, showed us how they were living, and it was a really intense experience. It was really cool to have the opportunity. But it was definitely like a challenge when it came to video. So I had to be hypermobile, and having a setup like this was definitely what worked. I think it's the AF34 or the CF34. I might have done the carbon fiber one. Yeah, that was the one that I was looking for. The CF34 71 inch. Right, yeah, because I wanted the one that was taller. Right, okay. So it's a little after 8 o'clock. We've already been streaming for about an hour here. But let's keep things rolling. I've got more on our agenda. Yeah, so speaking of new people that I'm working with, I'm going to be working with this company, UXL, which is an e-learning platform. They have some really great resources for creative producers. On their website, you can find a course search. You can search through students that they have. If they have a public profile on this website, you can look for groups that are oriented towards, writing or towards music or towards photography or video or whatever. Anything in that creative industry. And they also have a job search included, which is, I think, really, really cool. Like, you can search just on their platform, or you can search CareerJet and Indeed, which is a very, very wide-reaching database. But in their course search, let's take a look here. Photography. All right. So, UXL's... Ooh. Okay. So UXL themselves offer some programs. This is a $50 course on digital photography. It's a certification course, so you actually get a certificate out on the other end. If I'm not mistaken, they are backed by. I'm gonna get some information before I start spouting stuff. But they got some good reviews. They've got some. I haven't received my. Okay, the certificate is downloadable. You download your certificate, just so you know. You don't get it sent to you. So yeah, Caitlin, apologies, but you'll eventually maybe you'll get it. Okay, so they have these courses. They're easy to roll through. They're easy to take your time and go through it. Or if you really want to just like get the certification, you know what you're doing. You can burn through these courses, take the tests, get the certifications, and be on your way to. Oh, crap on my screen. And be well on your way to doing some work in the field, which is really cool. I like their platform. I've been using it for about 7 years now. I've gone through the digital photography programs, the Photoshop. I've done some other courses. They have a Dreamweaver course. They had a Muse course while Muse was still a thing. Yeah, it's a really wide-reaching database, and basically I'm going to be making a YouTube channel that surrounds a couple courses that I'll be working on with them. So we'll be producing course material based around photography, video, lighting, audio, things like that. Being a freelancer, which I think is a very understated subject. I'm going to approach these from a distinct perspective of being a freelancer, because I work for myself. I go and I work gigs at companies. I get the good old 1099 form at the end of the year for my taxes. Well, I guess beginning of the year, depending on who you're working with, for taxes. So I run my own business. I mainly work at PBS. I have other clients within the city, and I do a lot of self-production stuff. So it's a journey that I want to take you on, and I appreciate that you've been watching these episodes and joining me on here. But there's a lot more new stuff to come. Like, I'll be updating my website. I'll be working with UXL on this. Right now we have 50 episodes lined up on how to be a photographer, how to be a videographer. But each one starts with very, very basic versions. So, like, how to improve the photos that you take with your cell phone. How to use cameras that are right around you, all the way up to how to brand yourself as a photographer and how to innovate as a media producer and a creative producer. So it's going to be a really interesting series, and I'm excited to work on this with them. I'll probably be, I will be making some course material, and we'll have some courses up on their website as well. So I'm really excited to get moving and get working with them, and show you some stuff what they're all about. Here's that Kyer video that I'll be uploading very shortly. It's uploaded, but I'll be releasing it public very shortly. Getting the ball rolling on that. In the meantime, we're going to look at this. So, this is my current website. Full Coverage Media Group, professional media production services in the Lehigh Valley. Big image on the front. Link, and then just a chunk of text, which is, I hate that. Okay. Real. That's not bad. Gear. Very outdated. So Ashley, who you've met if you've watched these previous ones, she's a designer. She's a web designer and graphic designer, and she spoke to me about possibly changing this over to a PDF. So it's updating whenever I'm updating that PDF. Basically, it'll have a readout of some of the key components of my kit and rentable equipment, as well as a list of all the kind of extra stuff that comes along with kits or can be rented on the side, or just sort of like specialty items. But the idea is to have a full list available, so people know what I'm working with and what I can work with. And yeah, you know what? All this stuff needs to be updated. There's some great shots on here. Like there's some cool photos. I really like these shots of Mark. This is my buddy Mark Jones. We're gonna have him on the podcast actually soon, which I think would be really interesting. If you haven't caught it already, go to YouTube, type in FCMG podcast, and you should be able to watch me and Nate Williams, who's a rapper and producer from northeastern PA. Sit there for a chat for about an hour. We talk music. We talk his history in hip hop. We talk about collaboration. We talk about creativity. We talk about all kinds of things. So I'd love to get your comments on that. If you want to go check that out, the link is in the description below. You can find our YouTube channel down there. There's also links to King Studios in our description. If you notice, that is a recording studio in Allentown that we work with. And I'm going to be going there and doing a bunch of live streams soon. They'll be showing up on this channel as well. They'll have different descriptions, different kind of information to back them up. But I will be sharing their content here. It'll be shared to their own Facebook Live. We'll be going through Restream for that, which is a very interesting I/O website. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye out for us there. But what else do we need to edit with this? Yeah, name, email, phone number, message. Nothing great. So this website needs to change, needs to get updated. Ashley and I are going to work on that, and hopefully we'll have some cool stuff for you soon. Let's see, this videography page is probably super old. Yeah, wow, Story of Music Fest. This is 2018. These are all... Yeah, these are all 2018 or earlier. Like, some of these things are pretty good. I like the SHS Explains series, which was me doing explanations of liquid code and all kinds of things like that. This
Hi,
is...
everyone. I'm Stay from Stay Heavy Studios. Today, I want to talk to you about something a little bit technical.
me when I was missing a beard.
A major part of cinematography is the canvas on which...
Cool. All right. So yeah, definitely go check that stuff out. Take a look at our website, and honestly, go to that contact page. Contact us. Write us an email. I don't think you need to put in everything. But if you don't, write us an email with comments about like what you would add or change to the website. I'm going to be updating a lot of the stuff on here, and I'd really like to get some feedback. It'd be great if you went on there and checked it out. If you do have to submit everything and you don't want to put that information in, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. We have the FCMG Stay Instagram linked right here, which is my personal one. So you can send me a message through there. Also, there's the link to the podcast. So it's in the description of the FC Media Group Instagram, which is my business Instagram. That has some cool videos about stuff that I've done.
Road. What if this little monster?
This is a review that I did of an electric mountain board. I'm going to be doing some more about that, and that thing was so much fun. Here's another example. This is...
We have two Godox SL 60 watt lights.
These are 60 watt lights. They're LED chip on board panels. So you get a whole lot of power, 50 watts of power out of these little tiny things. But I figured out a way to plug them into a camp battery. So that's fun. Yeah. Just go take a look at that stuff. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Tell us what you think should be updated. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment in the description below, and we'll gladly reply to you, have a chat, and follow you on your own channel. We like networking here, so I would love to follow some people. We're also going to start doing some gaming soon too. I know that's kind of like that's par for the course on Twitch, but I have a couple friends who are particularly fantastic at a couple games. There's one in particular that he's a virtuoso at zombies in Call of Duty. He knows everything that there is to know about the series. He's really delved deep into the Easter egg hunt, and he's just doing some really cool stuff. So I'd love to stream some of that and have you guys join us and watch watch those gaming channels. We'll also be doing some classic gaming with our buddy Kyle. He just subscribed to our channel, so he's going to be featured on here a whole bunch. That's Ashley's younger brother. He already does a whole bunch of live streaming. He's got a really great channel. Definitely worth checking out. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Go check out Kman2495. Kman2495, that is. So we're going to be streaming with him and, yeah, alongside him. All kinds of stuff. There's going to be a network that we're putting together. So there's going to be a lot of people coming through this channel. I want to make it as constant as possible. Right now, it's about once a week. But I'll be leaving these episodes posted so that you can check back and see new content on here. But if it's not here, if you feel like you've missed some episodes, go check it out on YouTube. Full Coverage Media Group, FC Media Group on YouTube, and you'll be able to find us. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I appreciate you sticking around for another Producer's Log. It's been a long chat. We've been sitting here for about an hour and a half, and we got a lot done. I'm going to be finishing up that short film, that Apple of My Eye short film. That's Jackie Fiorillo. And also those photos are going to be going out to Chris and Megan and Curtis later this week. I didn't get to show you his photos, but next time I stream, you'll definitely be seeing me work on some of his images. There's some cool stuff that I think I can accentuate and talk to you about in terms of posing your models and getting people to look the way that you want them to look in a photo. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This has been another episode of the FCMG Producer's Log. This is episode 4, I do believe. So yeah, peace.